Okay, we're doing something really cool today. We have been invited to, in my opinion, one of the most spectacular properties for sale in the greater Thurston County area. This house by far is luxury plus 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 and is being represented by the #1 luxury real estate agent in Thurston County, Courtney Drennon. I am so excited. She's going to give us a tour. We're going to be able to see it, but not only that, we're going to be asking her some questions about what is luxury, what is it like in Thurston County. People think luxury is Seattle only. No, 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 no. Wait until you see this house. I'm speechless. We're going to dive right in. There are certain houses that just capture me. This is one of them. 280 Dawnview isn't just beautiful, of course. It's luxury to the nth degree. It's built perfection, decor and design perfection. But it also opens up a really interesting conversation about luxury in the greater Thurston County area, specifically Mason County, which is where we're in today. And that to get a house like this, you don't necessarily have to just be in Seattle.
Hey!
Hi! Thank you.
Here. Welcome to 280 Dawnview Drive.
Oh my gosh, I live here now.
Yeah.
Oh, this is amazing.
Okay, well, let me show you around because this is just such an incredible home. Top 10 homes I've ever been in, and I've been in a lot of homes, and I know you have too.
Yes.
So let me show you around.
Oh
so first and foremost, what you'll notice is this enormous open floor plan concept. And what I love about this is it's stepless. This is something that all demographics could live in, so all main floor living.
I didn't even think about that.
Right, and I think too, in terms of entertaining, you have kitchen, dining, living, and so just with different age groups or different lifestyles, you can be doing multiple things at different times. And then if you take a look at these doors, so these are 12-foot slide
these are doors.
Yeah, those are doors.
Oh my gosh.
I know, and just designed to frame everything in. But those open up, and so you also can flow your entertaining space outside, and of course it's fully covered too. So just all this main floor open space, and I think that just really makes for an incredible floor plan, checks boxes for pretty much every demographic, right? I mean, you could be here just as a couple and it feels quaint. And with this space, you could host probably 50 people in here.
Absolutely.
So it's really got a lot going on for it.
I love that. Do you mind if I take my
Let's take your jacket off. And
it color coordinates.
Yes, we do. Oh my gosh. Well, let me walk you this way. And we'll show off the primary ensuite. And again, all main floor living. And it's tucked away.
I love that. I mean, the stone, the wood.
So again, this is just all main floor living. And as we approach this primary suite, you've got these tall ceilings, very neutral colors. Everything feels very tranquil. These floors are incredible. They're tile, designed to look like real hardwood, very durable for all the Pacific Northwest elements and for heels. Yeah. And if you look out here, you've just got this incredible view again, and those sliding glass doors. And on the left-hand side, you've got Hope Island, and on the right-hand side, you have Steamboat. And on a clear day, you can see Mount Rainier. So really, everything just kind of frames everything beautiful about the Pacific Northwest.
I mean, yeah, it's like, it's a picture right there. Yeah. It's an absolute picture. I love this so, so much.
Yes. So come on in here. And this is the primary bathroom. And how bright and airy is this?
Wow.
Incredible marble floors. I just love the custom details, the oak cabinetry, the lighting. How awesome is this shower?
I mean, I don't think it's big enough. You know,
right?
It just, this is amazing. Oh my gosh, can you imagine?
You could probably put like an espresso station over in the corner.
Absolutely. It's so beautiful. But what I love is how timeless it is. It's completely updated.
Okay, so you want to head back this way and we'll head out.
What's in here?
Right. Pretty important space.
Oh my
Go ahead and step in. So this is the primary walk-in closet.
This is my closet, you mean? This is
right.
Where
Yes. rooms for all the
Absolutely.
things,
Oh
your
my
handbags,
God.
your shoes,
All
custom
the
cabinetry,
things.
plenty of hanging space,
Wow.
and great lighting again.
Oh, I love it.
Me too.
It's so good.
So beautiful. Okay, now that we're downstairs, well, first let me point out right here is a wine cellar. So I'll be sure to show you
So
that.
we're going in there for the rest of the
Yeah.
No, okay.
But this lower level here was really designed to function like hotel suites.
Okay.
And so here's one room, and I'll take you down to the end of the hallway here. So just like a hotel suite, just a little getaway. And what's awesome about it is it's got its own ensuite, a gorgeous walk-in shower, and again, you've got these views. And so, right, you don't even need a lot of artwork because you're just staring at the Pacific Northwest and all of its glory, really.
I love that. And it's such, like you said upstairs, it's so tranquil. It's such a tranquil space for yourself, for guests, for family.
Right.
I mean, I couldn't.
And year round. Here we are on like a foggier day. It's supposed to be spring, and as Pacific Northwest is, right? It's not warm out yet, a little foggy, but just so beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it.
Year round. From each of the rooms, you have access through these gigantic sliding glass doors. And I just want to point out that includes the primary bedroom, the 2 lower level suites, and here we are just off of the living room area, covered area to enjoy it year round.
Oh,
Just incredible, right?
it's so amazing.
Yeah.
It's so amazing. I mean, it's such a testament to everything that the Pacific Northwest has to offer in terms of, you know, landscape and beauty, but all packaged with this home that is truly the epitome of luxury. And thank you so much for the
You're
tour.
welcome.
And now I want to talk to you, and let's go chat about real estate, luxury real estate specifically. All right.
Let's do it.
Let me tell you a little bit about the amazing person I have with me today. Courtney Drennon is a fellow real estate colleague. We have worked together in transactions for years. She, of course, works for Sotheby's International, and I work for Coldwell Banker. She is right now the #1 luxury real estate broker in Thurston County. She has more than 19 years of experience. She has a background in interior and architectural design. She's born and raised in Olympia. Her family goes back generations all the way through Olympia beer. Truly, her family name is woven throughout the fabric of Thurston County. And I couldn't think of any better person to talk to about our luxury market today. So we're officially sitting down finally in this beautiful home. And we have to acknowledge we did not mean to color coordinate today.
Nope.
But it happened. And we
it's
look great
working.
with this painting behind us. So, you know, happy accidents. We're here not only to see this beautiful home, but to talk to Thurston County's #1 luxury broker, Courtney, and ask some really important questions, have a really deep conversation about not just this house, yes, but luxury real estate in Thurston County and surrounding areas. So thanks for sitting down with me.
Yeah. Well, thanks for inviting me to do this.
Perfect. Let's start off this conversation by me asking, what does luxury mean to you?
Okay. So luxury to me is an experience. And I think a lot of times we kind of get caught up in this concept of luxury must mean that it's a mega mansion or some gigantic yacht. You feel good when you feel luxurious. It just so happens that most of our life experiences are in our home. And so while you don't have to be in a multi-million-dollar home to have luxury, luxury is not a price point. It's an experience.
I love that. I love that. And it really, I think, speaks to the emotional connection that happens to our homes or, you know, to whatever it might be. But you have to have that key ingredient. It isn't just more. It isn't just more money. It isn't just excess. Luxury is that emotional component. I love that.
Absolutely.
That was great. So in your business, what is your motto?
Yeah, so I emphasize that luxury is a level of service and not a price point. And I think if we kind of tie that back to it being an experience, it does put a lot of meaning into it, but it also makes it relative to people, regardless of where they are in their life or what they can afford. While we're sitting in this incredible home, and I think by anybody's definition, we would describe this as luxury, you can also do smaller things in your life and in your home that make you feel luxurious. And so if luxury is an experience, we look at it not as a noun, but more as an action verb and how we kind of move through life and what makes us feel good. So
I love that.
Yeah.
That's great. I love that.
Yeah.
Getting into a little bit more real estate specific, I think anybody new to the Pacific Northwest or maybe unfamiliar with the Pacific Northwest, you think of Seattle, right? I mean, it kind of is like the, Mecca, if you will, of all things PNW. I think it's been a belief that exceptional luxury homes really exist there. Like, oh, that's a Seattle thing. What would you say to people who believe that King County, Pierce County is really the only place to go when they're shopping for luxury?
I think really the secrets of the Pacific Northwest opened up a couple decades ago, and it's slowly starting to slip out, right? I mean, you see Microsoft execs that have bought up Hood Canal. There's Mason Lake that's got $1 million homes on it. Those are Mason County properties. And we've seen a lot of growth come into Thurston County, obviously from people just from a shortage of inventory. Once you kind of get into those higher exec positions, people are able to work remotely. And I think once that pandemic happened, it kind of elevated everybody else who didn't have that opportunity to work remotely, who maybe was working up in a higher up position. I mean, there are now plenty of opportunities outside of the city spaces where people don't need to commute, don't need to go into a high rise. If you're looking for Pacific Northwest and you don't need to be in an urban environment, there are endless opportunities. And I think us as real estate agents need to kind of get ourselves out there a little bit more and showcasing all this beauty that's out there, because there's a lot.
It's out there.
It's right there. Exactly. Yeah.
You touched on this a little bit, but there is a shortage of housing all across the state, across the United States, period. But specifically in Thurston County, Pierce, King County, I do believe that many clients, I know a few of mine, have really turned far outside their original search area to find their dream home. What advice would you give to a potential client in search of their perfect home when they're willing to go outside those original commute parameters that we discussed earlier? What's the first step?
I would dig into some resources, which first starts with who are the heavy hitters of the communities around. And that includes networking. So that's, you and I work for different mortgage or real estate companies.
We're not lenders.
We are not. We're brokers, but we're not mortgage brokers. I think it starts with finding a network of people. And so for me, I'm with Sotheby's, you're with Coldwell Banker. I think that we can kind of stretch our resources to communicate with people of where our heavy hitters might be, right? So I've got a network of Seattle people. I'm sure you do too. And I think the communication starts there and sharing this information. I've got a lot of Seattle and Bellevue-based agents that are starting to reach out to me and asking, hey, what kind of inventory do you have down there for luxury? And then that's reciprocal, right? So even if they're not asking, I'm starting to go, hey, I know you haven't asked recently, but this is what I have available. The more that we start to network and share our resources, obviously technology has helped a ton. So letting people know these are the websites you should be looking at, these are the people you should be talking to, these are the magazine subscriptions you should be getting. Luxury Home Magazine is an incredible resource. So I think it just starts with the networking, making sure that you're on top of the internet technology. I think it's all about who you know, truly, and just making sure that you're talking and communicating with people, because you never know what's hiding around the corner. So,
or what listing is coming
next. What listing's coming,
Perfect. Okay, this is a big one, and we've touched on it a few times, but obviously the world underwent a major shift. Worldwide event reframed the way that people work here in the United States. It completely changed the concept of teleworking, working remotely. Like you said earlier, positions that were probably reserved for either specific sectors or specific levels within companies now I think are more available to everyone. That concept of, your commute to work is from, the bedroom to the office, and that's about it. That really has changed the landscape for that word commute. I think when you no longer have to live within 45 minutes or 30 minutes to your office building. In general, within your expertise, how has the shift to virtual work affected the luxury home market specifically?
A lot of people that have had second or third homes and maybe have enjoyed the tranquility or relaxation that comes with that are realizing that they can kind of combine the two, and they're able to spend more time in those spaces. And so what that does is more people are buying those because they're realizing that they have more time to spend in their investment versus booking traveling all over the world, or having to get back into the city to do something. So you're seeing a rise in secondary and third houses for people because they're able to spend more time in those homes because of that. I mean, I think at some point, buyers really don't care about the zip code. They really just want the quality product. And I think you're able to find that here at Dawnview.
With all of your expertise in, of course, real estate, but building, architecture, what sort of advice would you give to builders, local builders, who are really wanting to enter into the luxury landscape here in Thurston County, Mason County, Lewis County, maybe homes that we haven't seen before, similar to Dawnview? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, there's certainly more land, right, as you kind of get outside of the city limits in the larger urban areas. So we're always going to need housing. And I think with our anchors for a lot of these big companies, I can see the growth of these second homes and more people kind of sprawling out. So I think there's great opportunity for that. With that said, there are plenty of high-end builders outside of King County. So I think that's great news for people who are shopping outside of those city limits. And in fact, Dawnview Drive was built by a local builder. I mean, this is top of the line stuff here. And in addition to that, there's just more space, right? So you've got really saturated King County, and as you start to get a little bit on the outskirts and you get into these other counties, Thurston, Mason, Lewis, there's more land, it's more affordable, and also it's a little bit easier to build, right? You've got less restrictions on setbacks, taxes are a little bit more affordable. So I think in terms of a buyer, there's options for you. You can get luxury outside of King County without having to rely on all of their resources with these local builders here. And I also think it's going to be more affordable for you. So if you don't have to go into, the city for work, why not build a beautiful home somewhere that's meeting your needs a little bit more and have your restful, wonderful life outside of the hustle and bustle? I mean, if you can, and if that's what suits you. So
yeah, you're seeing the demand.
Right.
So we need to bring some supply.
Correct.
So builders, start building us some great houses like this, and Courtney and I will sell them for you.
That's right.
Looking to the future, is there a dream client, job, or goal that you would want to achieve? I know that you've had a really spectacular career so far, but what do you see as next for you?
Yeah, I was thinking, I don't know that you would ask me that question, and I do find it a fascinating question because I don't know that I could pinpoint that. Honestly, this year I've sold to 2 first-time home buyers, and that kind of cycles through, right? So last year I had, I think it was 9 sales over $1 million. And so working the luxury market, of course, is lucrative. It's wonderful. I love seeing beautiful product, and I know you do too. But man, sometimes just getting in the dirt, walking vacant land, and helping first-time home buyers, there's just, all of it is meaningful and feels good. So I don't know that I could answer that question. I truly feel like,
it all feels meaningful to you.
Right, it really does. I learn from every experience, every relationship. I love meeting new people. Those first-time home buyers are just pretty refreshing. Makes me put my bootstraps back on, and go, all right, this is what you do. This is how you qualify for a loan. This is the process, and kind of reminds me of why I got into this business when I did, so.
I love that. And it shows to the service to your clients, period. Yeah. So you're right there. What is the best way for people to get in touch with you, connect with you, see Dawnview for themselves, or work with you in the future?
I think just Google is the best way to do that. I'm currently hang my license with Morrison House Sotheby's Real Estate, so you can find me on that website. I have my own website, which is actually PacificNorthwestExclusive.com. I'm really big into Instagram, so find me on there, Courtney Drennon Real Estate. I love
Her Instagram is great.
Don't you?
Find her. Yes.
So is yours. Instagram is fantastic because I find that the way that those algorithms work kind of just, you end up finding the people that you need to find.
Yeah, your people. Yes.
And somehow I still find first-time home buyers,
Yes.
and I'll get luxury buyers through it. So just the good old use of the internet works. And then of course, check if you know, check with people, right? Your network.
Yeah.
Talk to your friends, talk to your people. And yeah, I'd love to be a resource for anybody. I love that we can be resources to each other,
Agreed.
right? So
Agreed.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, this has been such a pleasure. Thank you so much for the tour. Thank you so much to your sellers allowing us to be in their home, taking that time. And thank you for answering these questions. It is such an honor to collaborate with you. I so enjoy working with you deeply. And I really look forward to the next one. I just love that we're matching.